What's going on, folks? Taking a look this morning at XRP. It is the 26th of March. XRP right now is up 0.73%, and we are on tradingview.com for the chart. This is the XRP/US dollar. So a couple things here looking at XRP this morning. So taking a step back, we had mentioned that we want to get above this trend line here on the chart. And that has played out quite nicely. Looks like we broke to the upside on the 11th of March. And that is great and all, but it looks like we're starting to take shape into a different kind of pattern here. So we got the breakout on the 11th, which was nice to see, nice and bullish on good volume. And then we actually came back and retested that descending trend line on the 13th, the 14th, 15th, and then we started to move higher. So we turned that overhead resistance into a floor of support. So that's some nice TA. Good to see that. We'll see if that holds moving forward. So it actually looks like we are starting to see a cup with handle pattern play out here. So I'll leave that trend line on the chart. But it actually looks like we're getting this cup formation right up to here, which was the 22nd of March. And then we're getting this slight shallow pullback. So originally I thought once we get a break above this descending trend line, we would just blast higher. But the market, it doesn't always do what you think it's going to do or expect it's going to do. You just have to follow what it's telling you in the charts. And right now, it's telling us that it looks like we are getting a cup with handle formation. Now, those of you who are more super detailed in the chart patterns, this might not meet all of the criteria for a cup with handle. But from a step back view, it is definitely a rough cup with handle. We used to trade these things years ago using the IBD William J. O'Neill CanSlim trading system. Definitely learned a lot in those books. But anyways, so it looks like we are getting a cup with handle formation and a breakout. So this chart pattern, when you get a breakout above the handle, which would be like right in here. So basically, when you get a breakout above the high of the 22nd of March, looks like that high was like 86,500. That would be your entry signal for this pattern anyways. So let me draw looks like basically like right in here would be your entry, and you would take that trade. And I've watched these patterns play out many, many times over many, many different stocks. So you get this accumulation consolidation pattern. You get this shallow pullback. So one of the keys is you don't want to see this pullback be too deep and too violent. You want to see it be nice and shallow, which so far it is. Of course, that can change. And then you'll get a break above that handle high, and the pattern will play out quite perfectly. So we will see. It's interesting how this is playing out. If you are an XRP holder and have been for a long time, you understand that this thing sits dormant for a very, very long time. And then when it moves huge. So we will see. I've seen these cup with handle patterns blast out like very, very big on stocks. It's a very bullish pattern. So obviously time will tell what happens on this chart pattern. So this is a daily chart. We want to see XRP get above this 85 to 86 cent range sooner than later. The longer it sits in this range and doesn't do nothing, the probabilities of the price rolling over and going down start to increase. So we will see. We're getting a little green action today. That's always welcomed for the bulls. But you can see we found some resistance up in here on the 22nd of March, and then 23rd, and then there's followed the 24th. Basically, a little bit of resistance up in here, which perhaps it is part of this handle in the cup with handle pattern, just doing its thing, doing what it does. So that is our thoughts, just something interesting to see. Originally, we thought a break above this descending trend line would be the go, and we would break above these highs over here. Basically that 90-cent range, 91-cent range, but it looks like this thing is taking its sweet old time, and you are used to that if you're an XRP investor, and it's going to form, so far, a cup with handle. And this break above that handle can come quite quickly. It can happen in one bar, no problem, and go up and keep going up very strong. So we'll see if this pattern plays out, but I'm looking for, whether this pattern plays out or not, 85 to 86 cents. This thing needs to get back above that range and hold sooner than later. Like I said, the more time that goes by, the more of a chance of this thing starts to fade out and could start to roll over to the downside. So if you're a bull on XRP, which we are, of course, not financial advice, we want to see that play out. You could also see that this whole area where we're trading here, it's bumping its head. It's all resistance to this area over here. So we have all this overhead price action here, prior price action where the price is traded. And you can see it divided by my white line here. So it's a natural thing for the chart to get up to that old area and find resistance. But once it flips that, as long as it can hold, it can really get moving to the upside. So it needs to flip that line, which is now support, which is now resistance, into support. And then it'll get back up into this range. And then we need to break above that 140 area and get back into some nice price discovery, which will get us back up into here. And then, of course, ultimately back into the $3 plus range for all-time highs. So it's a waiting game. It has been for a long time now. The lawsuit and whatever has had this thing suppressed for a while. Let's take a zoom out here. Basically, it has been a couple years since the price has really been over that $2 range. So this thing is being held down, in my opinion, by those who control the market. But just playing it day by day here and having patience, and I think you will be rewarded quite well for those that can make it through all of this time. The market can wear you out with price, the market can wear you out with fear, and the market can wear you out with time. And XRP has been doing all three, in my opinion. You have fear from the lawsuit. You have price volatility, as you can tell. You had basically $2 all the way down to 17 cents. There's your price. And then you have time. If you have been in this for that many years, then you are definitely being bold and standing strong to the test of time, even if you have been in this thing for the last couple months. So sometimes the market just takes longer than you expect, usually, actually. All right, everybody. That is just my thoughts on XRP. I mean, any day now we could get a break above this handle line here, basically right at 85, 86 cents, and the price could really skyrocket to the upside. Of course, there is always a risk of them stomping on the price as a shakeout, but if that happens, that would basically throw in the towel, and this pattern would be no longer valid. So, but right now it is looking like a pretty good cup with handle pattern. So we will see. Just my thoughts on XRP. All right, everybody. Links are always down in the video description. Thanks for checking out this video. Welcome to the channel. Let me know down in the video comments your thoughts on XRP, the market, and any other cryptos or stocks or ETFs or whatever. I will check them out, see if I can come up with some content for a video if I see anything decent in the charts. Not always the case, of course. Down to the left-hand side is the Patreon trading page for the trading signals. Links down in the video description, of course. And in the center here, I just wanted to share the Fear and Greed Index. So it looks like we're sitting basically neutral right now, 51. So I don't see too much weight for this indicator when it sits basically anywhere in the center. This is more of a good tool to use when it's at extremes. So you're either in extreme fear to the left or you're in extreme greed to the right. And markets can't hold either one of those for too long. So that's how this indicator can be valid. When you get extremely oversold, it is usually, not always, a good time to get into the market. Of course, better than the opposite when we are pinned at the bull side. Although the markets can rise over time for a very long time, you would rather be a buyer, in my opinion, when we are sitting at extreme fear. Prices are on sale. Just like all the stores, your favorite stores, whatever, have big old sales. The stock market also has those as well, but they come with lots of fear. And we have been going through that in the stock market and in the crypto market not too long ago. So just wanted to share that with you. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.